600 naira. What is going on? How much? And then with the whole inflation, you need much more money to access food items. How do you do that? And you manage to say, let me go and buy fuel. The queue, What is going on? Why should people go through too much stress? Oh my goodness. This is becoming unbecoming, honestly speaking. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Precious Enyi. And of course, the show is produced by Promise. And I have my Monday Thursday tonic in the house with me, Mr. Darlington. Let's get started very quickly. All right, Nigeria Air with the hot topics today. Nigeria Air reps someone ex-aviation minister, Sirika. NCAA, you should come and answer questions on how much you spent on aviation air or Nigerian Air. Senate confirms 11 Supreme Court justices. And then 2 killed, 1 injured in Fresh Plateau State attack. That we'll be looking at too. Probe Oshomole for vote buying. Kwara PDP tells EFCC, because of this back and forth between him and Ibikunle Musu. We spent this amount of money for this. Come and probe somebody for vote buying. All right, we'll get back to that. Well, good news. Tinubu reintroduces school feeding program. So your children will now be eating at least 1 meal in school. Congratulations. All right, that's another conversation we'll be looking at in the course of the show. And then kidney traffickers will face the law. This is according to the federal government, owing to that very big reveal and investigative story by the Daily Trust. And good thing the federal government has now responded to it. Nigerian Catholic bishops will not bless same-sex unions. Nigerian Catholic Diocese has not responded. Blessing same-sex marriage against God's law. Nigerian Catholic bishops say so. So we'll also look at that conversation as we continue. Supreme Court reserves judgment in NNPP suit seeking to affirm Abba Yusuf as Kanu governor. Anytime I hear reserve judgment like this, my heart will just skip somewhere. Like, what's going on after reserving now? Okay. 53,836 inmates awaiting trial in 253 correctional centers nationwide. This is according to official. 53,836 inmates awaiting trial. That is, they never touched their case. Kia. All right. People are just wasting, whether they're innocent or not. Okay. I just wanted to explain that to you, right? Tinubu to set up committee to select new ambassadors. This is according to official. Perhaps you or Mr. Darlington will be an ambassador when the committee sits, right? Okay, so we go on to other stories. 35,000 naira wage award. You betrayed us. We are suffering. Workers to Tinubu. Why did you betray us? All right, we'll get back to that. I swore to protect Rivers people. Won't be distracted. Fubara, okay. And then NNPC completes maintenance on Port Harcourt refinery. Congratulations! One refinery now working. Pictures and all of that to tell. And I hope that this will also mean something good. Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have this hour. You know what? Let's take a quick break. I will be right back to begin to dissect the conversation and then further take your thought and reactions to this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Yes, you are welcome back. This is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and it is the Evening Rush. This is where we get to bring you hot and trending conversations as they drop, and then we also get to dissect and critically analyze them. With me in the studio is Mr. Darlington. Barrister Darlington Agomor is a lawyer and a friend of the house. He's a Monday Thursday tonic in this show. Good evening, Mr. Darlington. Good evening, Mr. Darlington.
Good
evening again, Mr. Darlington. Are you vexing for me? You're vexing that my voice is back, even though it's not fully back. You're vexing that it's not getting bad. You cannot be jealous in my voice, Mr. Darlington. I can't believe it. I do not believe it.
No, I'm happy that your voice is back, because without your voice, there is no Pretty Precious.
It's not fully back though, but I
will only advise you to be careful with me.
With you. So you were the one that consulted the oracles to make sure that.
I didn't say that too. Just be careful with me. That's all.
The old shit that they've done to me for me in Ntoki village where I'm from. The old shit they did for me in River State. You cannot even tell. I have gone to visit my ancestors too.
If you have listened to me since many years ago, I've become an Igbo woman. This will not happen.
Let's change chapter, beg. Mr. Darlington, you like trouble too much. You like trouble.
Okay.
All right,
Lagos. My listeners, so you are welcome.
All right. So
Happy Xmas in advance.
Yes, Merry Christmas. So let's start with the cheerful news of NNPC completing maintenance in Port Harcourt refinery. Mr. Darlington, the government is doing, in fact, the federal government is just doing so good. So you remember that yesterday the federal government announced 50% cut in transportation, for most for everyone traveling this Yuletide, from today, effective from today, and to 4th of January. And then today they went ahead to roll out the names of the transport companies that they are partnering with to ensure that happens. And it's all joy. People are excited. Government is okay, Mr. Darlington. And just what it's like federal government is giving us back to back, And just what we're saying that we're not hear that federal government is not doing free feeding again. And just what we're saying doing that, and they were not hearing the NNPC working. So let me start with that NNPC story, So I want to start in a very good note today. Then as I was just saying good notes, I just remembered I don't have Naira notes. And I don't have fuel in my car, and I cannot queue. Okay, but I'm coming to that though. But perhaps this story would help attend to the my fuel issues. So the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, said it has fulfilled its pledge of achieving the mechanical completion of rehabilitation work on the Area 5 plant of the Port Harcourt Refinery Company, PHRC. When I heard this mechanical completion, I couldn't do me like, so what happens to it? Let it not be technical completion and not be actual completion. Just calm down. Now, you don't kill my joy. I choose to be excited today, Mr. Darlington. Don't kill my joy, please. Okay, so we go further, and then rehabilitation work has been ongoing at the Port Harcourt Refinery for over 2 years now, I think. And then the NNPC had pledged to complete phase 1 of the project. Mechanical completion and flare startup of Old Port Harcourt Refinery Area 5 by 31st December 2023. But just now it's ready. So the Group Executive, Chief Executive Officer, NNPCL, Mr. Melekiari, said as of December 15, 84.4% of Area 5 plant, a key component of the refinery, and 77.4% of the entire rehabilitation project have been completed. He said this during an inspection tour of the rehabilitation project. The tour coincided with the 15th Refinery's Rehabilitation Steering Committee meeting. Now, Kiari's words, quoting him, it says, in our quest to ensure that this refinery is restreamed to continue to deliver value to Nigerians, we made a promise that we will reach mechanical completion of phase 1 of the rehabilitation project the end of December and get other plants running in 2024. Today, we have kept this promise or those commitments, Kiari said. He commended the staff and contractors that now do well for starting up. So, Mr. Darlington, before I go there, let me quickly just go to that school feeding thing. When you're talking about sweet stories, good to just follow them all sweet and savory, before you spoil your mind. So, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed that school feeding program be reintroduced to address the challenges of out-of-school children. Ex-President Muhammadu Buhari's government had suspended, earlier. So ex-President Buhari's government had suspended the program after many years of running it. Even though there are questions about how much did you eventually spend in this project? How much did you say you spent again during COVID-19 to feed children? Okay, I remember there's a quest to actually probe that. But Tinubu ordered its restoration, saying it will help in checking learning crisis. Is food the problem or the real cause of out-of-school children? Well, let's dig further. So he said if learning crisis is not tackled, it would be difficult to address the challenges of out-of-school children. This was disclosed by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Makman, during a one-day retreat on quick wins in the middle ministerial deliverables from 2023 to 2027. According to the minister, the president directed that the school feeding program be removed from the Ministry of Humanitarian and returned to the Minister of Education. So, Mr. Darlington, our children will be fed again in schools. And at the same time, NNPC is back. I mean, the refinery is, the Port Harcourt refinery is, okay, the phase 5 is complete. So shouldn't we be happy, cheerful?
Precious.
Sir?
Don't be too excited over these things. So
why so?
You know this is Christmas period. In order to excite you, Tinubu that I know may put up all these things. Let them begin to work and let them be sustainable. That is when I will applaud him. Were you not here when they said they are going to pay work at 35,000 naira? Since September, after the September, have they paid? It was
supposed to be for 6 months now, right?
But since September, have they paid that money? All the things they agree with labor, have any of them been implemented? Precious, please answer me. So when they put up all these populist programs just to excite the public, I have developed this skin about these people. Seriously. By the way, why should we jubilate when somebody is doing what he's supposed to do? Is that not the work you applied for and you are doing it? So why should I clap for you? This thing is a giving. It's a giving outside here. Are you telling me that the Americans will be clapping for Joe Biden because their refineries are working? Please answer me. No, tell me. Will you tell me that Americans will be clapping for Joe Biden because their children are being fed in school? You can imagine. These are the things we want to shift the mind of our people from, because we have made our leaders to feel like God. When they do small things, we start dancing, we start clapping. As a matter of fact, they are not doing it with their own money. That is one thing you should realize. There is nothing they are doing for you with their own money. They are even overpaying themselves with our taxpayers' money. So why should I jubilate over it? Tell me. This is the problem they said they came to solve. So why should I clap? As a matter of fact, they created the problem. So if they solve the problem, why should I celebrate them? They are the one that created the problem. Why should I celebrate them? So I am not excited though. Let the thing begin to work and then be sustainable. That is the only time I will say, okay, at least I got a pass mark here. But for now, count me out.
That's your final say.
Yes, so count me out.
Valentin, can you not just be happy? Like, let's be excited.
No, they have deceived me enough. Pressure, please don't go there. If each time I remember what Buhari did, I feel so sad. For 8 years, this man dribbled Nigerians. Is it not the one that brought us here? And you want me to start celebrating again when this man told you that he was coming to continue where he stopped?
Okay, so let's look at a case of non-continuation. Non-continuity. Lack of continuity.
No, there's nothing like.
There is one case here now. As the House of Representatives have directed its Committee on Aviation to invite the immediate past Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, to brief it on the, the matter now, on the Nigerian air matter. So this is not a case, because if this administration was saying they would continue, they wouldn't probably, encourage this. So let's continue this. Mr. Darlington, let me just finish the matter.
Go ahead.
Just calm down.
I'm listening.
So this followed the adoption of a motion moved by Takigere Dixon on plenary on Thursday. Presenting the motion, he said the former minister in 2016 proposed an aviation roadmap with national carrier as a signature project, and that he promised to deliver the project by the end of former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. According to the lawmaker, the former minister approached Ethiopian Airlines a few days before the handover to provide an aircraft that could be made available to Nigerians as an aircraft belonging to Nigerian Air. He added that the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority issued an air transport license to Nigeria Air. Dixon added the last administration spent billions of naira, ostensibly, to acquire the said new national carrier, but the status of the project remains unclear. That is the thing that I say, fog cover, no they clear like this. So regardless of billions of taxpayers' funds, that is my tax money and your tax money inside it, utilizing the project. Now, quoting the member, he says, if the negative trend is not investigated, it may lead to issues with accountability and continue to be a recurring expenditure item in the federal budget. Now, the House adopted the motion and directed the committee to also invite the NCAA to brief it on the Nigerian Air Project and its certification. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, had on September suspended the Nigerian Air Project and planned concessioning of some airports. I would also like to let you know that Festus Keyamo has also called for, he's reshuffling the aviation directors. So perhaps this is in line with this investigation. Remember, there was a complaint about some of the directors that we made, Mr. Darlington. And we've been complaining. Yes, we were complaining that, he's not investigated. He's not said anything about that letter and all of that. But I guess this is Keyamo's response or reaction to that. Now that Keyamo has responded and he's, changing and appointing new directors, do you think this is right step in the right direction?
Please, this is not the way to go. Whenever National Assembly invites anybody for any investigation, Precious will quote me, that matter is dead. Mention one person they invited for questioning that ended up in prison. Mention one person. You were here when NNPC told you that the 2.4 billion naira that crude oil says that ended up in the office of Malami, former Attorney General, and the Minister of Finance. When Malami went there, did he not go there and speak grammar? Till today, did he hear anything? Did you hear any other thing? No, Precious, answer me. When National Assembly invites you, the one of NDDC, the man collapsed, and therefore, the man is still alive. That was the man that fell down. He's still alive up till now. We didn't hear any obituary. He's still alive. He faked that thing just to evade the investigation. NDDC, off your mic, is it not your Senate president now? So mention one investigation the National Assembly carried out that the person ended up in prison. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying.
But I'm glad that the National Assembly is not made of a particular party, made up of a particular party alone. And I mean,
it's National Assembly, yes. That's what I'm telling you. So this one they're inviting, are they the one to investigate that matter? Are they the one?
So are you saying that the issue with the country it's not a party situation, but more like an endemic systemic?
No. Issue? Look, as long as APC are majority in that house, they are the one driving every opinion, every investigation, every action. They are the one driving it. They are the majority.
Mr. Darlington, during of the mic was APC the majority.
You said what?
During of the mic was APC the majority.
Look, they say government is a continuity. Why didn't they continue?
But it's the same thing. Now you're not blaming APC. Now I'm saying that it doesn't have to do with APC because during of the mic was APC the majority.
You didn't hear me.
So if it happened then, what is happening now? That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
When during of the mic, was it not during the Buhari regime?
Was it not during Saraki's tenure?
Was it not during Buhari's regime? That's my question.
Yes, it was
under Buhari now.
Yes, it was under Buhari.
It's the APC. So what are you saying?
But he did not have that number.
I said mention one profiled APC person that have been embroiled in corruption that ended up in prison. Mention one person. The worst is the 23 trillion naira that Buhari collected before he left. He said it with his own mouth. 23 trillion naira. Precious, when I mentioned this money, I don't expect you to sit down there. Did you collect part of the money? You should be shouting Holy Ghost fire. 23 trillion naira, somebody collected it from CBN. And they told us when we were leaving, you people, I collected this money. You should add it in your money, in the money that the nation is owing, and pay it. Just like that. And he walked away. They say, come and explain to us, where did you put this money? What did you use it for? Who authorized you to collect it? He did not answer them. Precious, true or false? Is this one propaganda again? 23 trillion naira. Let me just tell you, maybe you don't understand. That money will equip at least 6 hospitals, FMC, 6 of them up to international standard. That money can equip 6 of our universities up to Harvard standard. And we still have change, we still have change. Somebody took it away. And nobody have asked questions. I'm waiting for the day somebody will come here and mention corruption against any PDP or a Labour Party person. I'm telling you. Mention any time somebody, anybody have collected that kind of money, either as a president or a single person. Mention any time in the history of this country that he even opened his mouth and said it. He was begging the National Assembly to include it in our national debt so that you and I will pay it.
Mr. Darlington, what we're saying is that, I mean, corruption or the issue with Nigeria is not about a political party.
Well, there are worse cases. So
Mr. Darlington, let's move on. Mr. Darlington, okay, still talking about the House.
It's worse cases. Still on the National Assembly. They have crossed the boundary.
Mr. Darlington, if they put you there, would you be different? I didn't say anything.
Somebody, look, Precious, please. We have had people who are honest in office. It was honesty that gave Dora Akunyin the job he was doing in NAFDAC. True or false? Honesty. True or false? We saw what Peter Obi did in Anambra State. At least, let us say that he's not a state, at least he tried. If every governor were to run their state like Peter Obi did in Anambra, Precious will not be where we are today. We will never be where we are today. You know it. So what are you telling me? Are you telling me that there are no honest Nigerians?
And then people will be wondering why are people from Anambra State in Lagos State doing business, or in other parts of the country, in Kano State or in Kaduna State doing business?
Didn't do
if
what?
The state was a haven, why are they not in Anambra State doing their businesses?
Why are they not?
Yes.
Why did not do what?
But you heard what I said.
No, tell me, I didn't get.
I said people may be wondering if, Peter Obi made Anambra State that much of a haven. Mm-hmm. Why do we have Anambarians in other states doing business and striving in other states instead of Anambra State? I mean, if your place is so good, you want to go back home, right?
Well, please, Precious, let us not overdo this thing. We are talking of the performance of an individual in his state. Since Peter Obi left Anambra, all the record he left there, has anybody contradicted it? That his people went outside to go and do business and all that. I mean, are you, as a businessman, are you supposed to remain in one place? Okay. Tell me. All right. So that is irrelevant. So Mr.
Darlington, let's move straight to what happened today before the National Assembly.
That's the Siraki matter. Look, okay. Hold on. Let me drive home this point.
Okay.
National Assembly are not the one to do that matter. They are not the one to investigate that matter. That man should have been in detention by now. There is no need. What are they going to do? They will only investigate. It is EFCC and DSS that should take that man in for questioning.
So why have they not taken him in?
That is the thing you should be asking me. Meanwhile, ordinary directors in his office have been sacked. Even that was not enough.
But those directors also had huge accusations on them. Now remember that, what do they call it? Is it not the same directors that some other directors wrote against?
That what?
Should we remember that there are some directors that wrote against them?
Some of them, yes, now they were implicated in this matter, and they have left their office.
That's what I'm saying.
But nobody
if they're implicated in this case, so I mean, is it a bad thing that they had to be, relieved of their duties?
It is not good enough. Somebody should answer for their crime.
Okay.
Taking them away they should go home and enjoy their loot. That's what they have just told them now.
Okay.
Precious, is that how to solve a problem?
All right, so let's.
Is that how to solve a problem?
But this is still a growing or developing story now. So perhaps there will be more to come.
You mean when they sack them from office and they realize that they've taken enough, they will still be waiting for you here now? Go there. All of them are all over the world, enjoying whatever they have collected from aviation industry.
All right, so let's go straight to the Senate today again, as the Senate has confirmed the appointment of 11 Supreme Court justices appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to fulfill the vacancies, or to fill up the vacancies in the Apex Court. The confirmation follows the consideration adoption of a report by the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters during today's plenary. Now, President Tinubu had asked the Senate to confirm the nominees who are recommended by the National Judicial Council to fill the vacant positions following death and resignation of some justices. So, the nominees confirmed are Justices Haruna Samani, Northeast, who chaired the Presidential Election Petition Court; Justice Moore Adumain, South, Justice Jumai Sankey, North Central, Justice Chidi Ebere Owa, Southeast, and Justice Chioma Nwosu Iheme, Southeast. Others are Justice Obande Ogbinya, Southeast, and Justice Stephen Ada, North Central. Justice Habib Abiru, Southwest. Justice Jamilu Turka, Northwest, and Justice Abubakar Umaru, Northwest. Also Justice Mohammed Idris, North Central. Now the chairman of the committee, Senator Tahir Mungunu, APC, Borno, while presenting his panel report, said the nominees possess the requisite qualifications and experience to occupy the position, and that there was no petition against any of them. So he therefore recommended their confirmation. With the confirmation of the 11 justices, the Supreme Court now has the complete statutory requirement of 21 justices on its bench. So you recall that a justice that was resigning complained about the vacancy in the Supreme Court, and saying that even some senatorial zones even do not have at least one representative. So, Mr. Darlington.
Precious.
Sir?
It is not enough to appoint the Supreme Court judges. The important thing is the performance on the job.
But this is a welcome development.
Somebody like
this is for the case. I mean, for the sake of equity, fairness, and justice. All geopolitical zones were ably represented, right?
You didn't get it. Look, it was only the one person that came from the Southwest. That is not what I'm talking about. These judges now, these Supreme Court judges now, can you count on them? Having seen what transpired in the last judgment that they have handled. No, tell me, can you count on them? That is the question. It's not about like Samani, the man at the appeal at the court tribunal case between Obi and the Tinubu. Why should they elevate such a man to the Supreme Court after what he did? Tell me, is that what I should celebrate? They are just compensating him for a job well done, nothing else. Because what he did at the appeal court is nothing to write home about. Everybody said it, not me. So I don't have any issue in appointing any if there is vacancy, but are they the right people? That is the question. Can they uphold justice? You heard what the second in command to the CJN said when he was retiring. Dati Muhammad Abi. You heard how the man said all the things that was going on at the Supreme Court level. Was that the one that said it? Was that the one? That is a man who is inside the house. He knows what is going on there. So you can see, it's not about appointment. It's about appointing the right people. Those who will do justice. That is all. Not those who will be afraid to say what is right. Those who will look at whoever appointed them before they will do what they're supposed to do. Is that what you call justice? Look at all the from erudite lawyers like Olisa Agbakoba and other. You have what they have said about this Supreme Court. So is that what you want me to sit down here and be clapping? That they have appointed judges. These are therefore justice will be done now. They are selected those who will do their bidding until they perform on the job. I am not amused. Simple.
All right. Let's move forward to more conversations, Lagos. In case you're just joining us, this is Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Before the break, we had visited some cases. We did tell you that good news. The federal government says they'll now start again the school feeding program. Okay, so they're restarting the school feeding program, and then work has been completed on phase 5 of the Port Harcourt refinery. So that means we may start at least refining our products gradually from Port Harcourt very soon. And I also did tell you that Nigeria Air rep summoned ex-aviation minister to come and explain to us what went down there. And then, okay, we also did visit the 11 Supreme Court justices that have been confirmed by the Senate. But let's go further, to other things happening in the country. So this case says 2 killed, 1 injured in fresh Plateau attack. At least 2 persons were reported killed on yesterday night in an attack by gunmen in Ganarup village in Barikini Ladi local government area of Plateau State. News was gathered that 19-year-old Jude Nicodemus was instantly killed in the attack, while 2 others initially suffered severe injuries and were rushed to the general hospital in Barikini Ladi. One of the injured victims it was learnt died while in the hospital. The incident occurred at about 8 p.m. Now, a resident of the area described the incident as unfortunate in this Christmas season, and that the attack happened without any form of provocation whatsoever. That is, nobody make anybody vex. They just come, begin attack people again. The resident explained that prior to the attack, there was an intelligence report that their community and others will be attacked during Christmas celebration. Commenting on the incidents, the National Publicity Secretary of the Berum Youth Molders Association, Ruang Tengwang, condemned the incident and called on security agencies to rise to the occasion and combat the reoccurrence of attacks in their community. Mr. Darlington, so just yesterday, the Benue State governor was calling on the security agencies to please bring more troops so that they'll be properly secured.
That was a Reverend Father.
Yes.
I thought he would have appealed to God.
State. Why are you saying that now, Mr. Darlington? He's a Reverend Father and the governor of the state.
He's closer to God now. Maybe they sack Autumn so that he can.
So will Autumn have done third term?
No, that was one of the reasons why they said Autumn did not perform. As a Reverend Father, I expected him to call Angels of Heaven. Shebi is an APC member.
So because he's an APC member, that's why you're against him now?
In fact, I don't expect any problem in Benue now. A Reverend Father and an APC person. That place should be as peaceful as heaven. Yes, now. It should be as peaceful as heaven. That was the major reason why they removed PDP from that state. They said they didn't know what they are doing, or except APC ruled that state. That is the only way. So I don't know what is going on. That is my concern. The Reverend Father ought to have appealed to God to help him. That's the truth. Look, Precious, I am no longer amused about this insecurity because it has become commercialized. How do you explain that a country like Nigeria is suffering this type of nonsense for almost how many years now? Unknown gunmen, bandits, terrorists, Boko Haram. When they metamorphose from one terrorist group to the other. Initially to a Boko Haram, from there to ISWAP, from now bandits. So when is it going to stop? With all the money we have spent, the last time before Buhari left office, over 12 trillion naira was spent on security. The National Assembly read out how much budget they were assigning for Buhari for insecurity, and there was no result. We went to America and bought Tucano jet. They said with this now, the terrorists, bandits, all of them, they are in trouble now. They will die. Precious, what came out of it? Please, it worked. So if these people have continued to operate with all the effort that the government, that will tell you that we are not making enough effort. That's the only explanation. Everybody come. Well, don't worry. We'll do this. We'll do that. Technically defeated. This and that. At the end of the day, nothing. Is it that these people are invisible or what? I don't understand. Are you telling me that where these people are, nobody knows where they are, even from the air and on the ground? So what is stopping government from flushing them out? That is the question left for you and I. If government have refused to do the needful, Precious, how do you want me now to analyze this issue and then praise government when they have refused to prosecute those who are fueling this insecurity? 400 names that was given to them from abroad, not even Nigeria. Instead of them to act on it, they kept it under the wraps, under the carpet. And these people are alive and waxing strong. Somebody is fueling this insecurity somewhere, Precious. Don't deceive yourself. Unless the government take away these people, that is the only time insecurity will die.
All right, so let's move to other stories. I don't know if you've been privy of the face-off between Ibikunle Amosu, former governor of Ogun State, and former governors Ibikunle Amosu and Oshimola, by the way. So the Kwara State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has called on Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to investigate Senator Adams Oshimola over, the comments that he made concerning the money they spent on elections So, speaking on Tuesday at the book launch of the former APC national chairman, Northwest, Salihu Lukman Oshomole, a former chairman of the APC, recalled how the party spent about 3.2 billion naira to win the 2019 governorship election. So, APC is now, PDP is now saying, you know what? EFCC, you put this one and you did not say anything. Oh yeah, EFCC, come and probe Oshimole, because what in the world did they use 3.2 billion naira for? Now you would also recall that Lukman is actually the same man that did accuse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of using 100 billion to win election, and of Akpabio and the governors. Akpabio, the governors and the Oga House of Rep people to use 50 billion naira to win elections. And people are wondering, what do you need all this money for to win election? And a PDP is saying, you know what, probe them for vote buying. But is this just a talk? But before you respond to that, let me quickly react to what the Senate, the Vice President said. So Vice President Kashim Shettima has called challenge graduates to embrace their potential and contribute to building a brighter future for Nigeria instead of, jolting out of the country and jackpying. So he said his words, and Nigeria will bounce back in a couple of months. No worry. Not gonna need to jackpying anyhow. Now that you've graduated, stay here and work to defend your country. So let's have you have your say.
Pressure. Do you know why APC are so bold in saying all these things? Because there is no rule of law in Nigeria. That is the only reason why they are doing all these things. In a climb, in a Senate climb where there is law.
But Mr. Darlington, you cannot say there is no rule of law.
Is that what?
Law. You cannot say there is no rule of law in a sovereign state. Then what then binds the sovereign state? Okay,
fine. Don't worry yourself. If there is, tell me why somebody should be saying all this and nobody is talking. Can anybody make this type of statement in the United States of America and FBI be looking at him? No, please tell me. They are saying all this with all boldness because they know that nothing will happen. Nobody will say anything. The one, that's National Vice Chairman Lukman revealed.
It was his own book launch now that this thing happened now.
Good.
That Oshomole said this.
Before the one of Oshomole said, he has said his own earlier on.
Yes, he said his own earlier.
Good. Precious, what came out of it? But let somebody who is not in that good book say it now. Both EFCC, DSS, even SD, those civil defense, they will all come after the other person. Is that what you call rule of law? Precious, answer me now. Where you have selective prosecution in a country where you claim that all of you are equal.
So, talking about selective prosecution, remember the reveal by Daily Trust about the kidney and organ trafficking? Well, the federal government has said that all of them will face the full wrath of the law, that they would deal with them decisively. That's also taking action. So, is that not following the rule of law to ensure that the punishments go back in all of this?
Hold on. Look, don't go with statement. Go with action. They said it. Have they done it? Precious, are you telling me that if any high-profile APC person is involved, they will prosecute him? Let them show me example now. That's what I'm just giving you some examples here now. Are you telling me that if there's a high-profile APC person that's involved, they'll prosecute him? Have they prosecuted before? That is my question. Making statement is not enough. They have made so many statements that did not implement. So when they made that statement, please, I don't want to hear. I want to see it.
Okay, so let's move away from politics a little bit. We'll come back to it again, though. But let's face the world now and religion. As the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria said that Catholic churches in the country, Nigeria, would not bless same-sex unions. Now, the bishop said the blessing of the same-sex union is against God's law, the teachings of the church, and the law of the country. They made this known in a statement released and signed by the president of the conference, Lucius Ugiriji, and the secretary, Donayus Ugun, on yesterday. They said the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria assures the entire people of God that the teaching of the Catholic bishop on marriage remains the same. There is therefore no possibility in the teachings of the church of blessing same-sex unions and activities. And I'm sure you know that this is in reaction to the Pope's new statement about blessing same-sex marriage. Mr. Darlington.
Pressure, do you know of a book and a film titled The Pope Must Die?
Long.
From the look of things, is it like Satan has taken over the churches? Oh, first they started with the Anglican Church.
What happened with the Anglican Church
in England?
In England,
they started it, and the Anglican Church in Nigeria separated from them. That was under Adetiloye or somebody. Yeah, he separated the Anglican Church of Nigeria from that of England because of this same-sex nonsense. I am waiting for the same thing to happen with the Catholic faith in Nigeria. They should not take it with Levit that they will not bless. Let them condemn it in totality. I don't know what has become of Rome of recent. There are other things they have said in that room that I don't agree with. They are deliberately going against the commandment of God. And if they have done so, that means that something has happened. That's the truth. Remember, in the last days, according to the Bible, things like this will start happening.
But the Pope did not categorically, approve of same-sex marriage.
Precious, somebody is speaking from both sides of his mouth. That means there is something in it. You don't even need to say something like that. Blessing and wedding, what is the difference? That means if they have done their wedding somewhere and they come to your church, you bless them. What have you done?
But you said you should not hold any special sacraments. Right?
That's what they have entered the church. Imagine two men walking to the altar holding hand before a Catholic priest, and I will bless them. What have you done? No, tell me, what have you, in the eyes of God, what have you done? So I don't buy that idea that he did not categorically. Why did he even say it in the first place? Why? Some people are trying to, defend it and say, no. That is not the way to go, because indirectly you are destroying humanity. That means morality is gone. If the church can validate such a thing, that means there is no more morality. That is the truth. But the church is supposed to be the seat of morality. So if the church can no longer hold morality, then where else will you find morality? Where? Is it in a hotel? So the Pope made a mistake. I don't know whether maybe due to old age. Old age, the same thing that happened to Isaac in the Bible. Because of old age, he was deceived. He blessed the wrong child. So maybe that is what is happening to this Pope. Somebody should check him out. I'm telling you that in future he will retrace his step. When you take a certain wine, you may not know when you are saying certain
all right. So moving back to politics now. The Supreme Court has reserved judgments in NNPC suit seeking to affirm Abba Yusuf as Kano State Governor. Mr. Darlington, I know that this story interests you because I'm sure you'll be wondering, okay, the last time the Supreme Court reserved judgment on this particular case, how far? But today, Thursday, they did that. The Supreme Court reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the New Nigerian People's Party seeking to affirm candidacy of Abba Yusuf. Justice John Okoro, who led the 5-member panel of justices, reserved the judgment after counsels involved in the matter met and agreed on which of the 9 appeals and cross appeals should be heard, with the outcome binding on the remaining 8. Now, the council's consensus was reached. Well, that's fine. I don't want to go further on this, but you know what played out in the appeal, right? And a lot of people
the pronouncement is different from this certified true copy.
Exactly. So, however, that is to say that for Abba Yusuf's team to have appealed to the Supreme Court, that means they now got the other certified true copy, the other certified true copy that came with the pronouncement, because they wouldn't have filed with
the one that is in their favor.
Exactly. So with this kind of drama, Mr. Darlington, remember that Abba Yusuf is already in ECOWAS court.
Not only that, the National Judicial Council set up a committee to investigate.
Well, you don't hear the result of the investigation. And then Supreme Court now say, you know what, let's when Asari was saying whatever, if anything is going to happen, is going to start in Rivers. The people are saying, have you visited Kano? Because everywhere in Kano now is like, and then that the governor started off with some kind of mistakes of, I don't want to say mistakes, but the entire demolition thing and all of that. So that's also, even though some people said they voted for him, but then again, it's also brought about some kind of mixed feelings about his government.
Precious,
I don't know.
Is it not this same Supreme Court that you are trying to tell me now to pray that they are appointed some judges? Is it not the same Supreme Court? Even that Samani, all these people, Okoro, the man that is involved in this case now, it was rumored that that man has a link with Nyesom Wike as his right-hand man. We saw when the CGN was in Port Harcourt with this what's it called, Nyesom Wike. So when you see all this in Precious, why do you think that justice will be done? That is my question. With this type of thing that went down in Kano, that is causing hoopla, how do you want me now to praise the Supreme Court that they are doing the right thing? How? So let us see what they will come out with, and let me see how the Kano people will take it.
All right. So there's a case here that is really very painful to me. The Nigerian Correctional Services said 53,836 inmates in the 253 correctional centers nationwide are waiting trial. Mr. Darlington, I don't know. You know, you're a lawyer. These are waiting trial is paining me. These are people that they are arrested and they carry their case, go court, but the court just say stay there. Will they come? Go look your case. The court has not even visited their case.
I can tell you,
Mr. Darlington.
I can tell you,
53,000. In fact, almost 54,000 people wasting, and some of them have been there for years.
I can tell you authoritatively that 80% of those people have no case.
Hey,
the police just raided some area, carry them, reach their station. Oh yeah, bring 5,000, bring 10,000. I don't have any. Oh yeah.
So there has been a complaint about a particular policeman in the Mafoluku police
that's what they do.
I contacted the Lagos PPRO and he's out of town for a while. I have to recontact him if he's back now because he promised to come here to the station. Let's touch that matter so that all of you will bring your complaint to him. So I'll have to visit that again to ensure that.
I hope you have the name of that guy they mentioned.
Yes, I have every
3 people complained that day. So pressure, that is how they are swelling. That's how they are blowing up the number of awaiting inmates. That is how these people are increasing their number.
All right.
Remember there was one notorious criminal called Golo Golo. That guy, do you know why he became notorious and was after police? He said he was arrested at somewhere at Mile 2 and they say for wandering. When they got to police station, they said he should bring 2,000 to free himself, and he had no cover on him that day. And for that reason, he became a suspected criminal, and they threw him inside prison.
All right, so Mr.
for 7 years. When he came out, out of anger, that boy became a terror to police.
In fact, this is actually in line with a tweet that I actually just tweeted today and copied, First PRO, to that conversation because it was a very painful. It's a very painful scenario. Let me see if I can even get that information.
Some of them have no business being in prison. Some of them, all because they didn't have money to pay themselves from police custody. That's all. The following day, they take them to court and they remind them. That's all. They don't even have file. Some don't have case file. Nothing. Don't drop them there and leave.
Okay, so there was this case about SAS demanding 5 million naira to free man who was wrongfully arrested for robbery in 2014. Long.
Good.
And he's still in prison for 9 years. In fact, it is so painful. I'm barely a social media or Twitter person.
Did I not tell you?
But I had to quickly tweet, and I'm glad that the first PRO, Prince Olumiyiwa responded and said they will look into it.
You need to. These are the ones you are aware of.
How can somebody be carried anyhow by police? And since 2014 till now, that person, and even in my response or in my tweet, I mentioned that this is why people will come out to be hardened criminals because they feel that their country has been unfair to them.
I said that was what happened to his case. He became so angry that he doesn't want to see police. I'm telling you.
All right, so reading further in this case, the spokesperson for the service, Assistant Controller of Corrections, Abubakar Omar, said this in Abuja today, Thursday. In fact, Mr. Omar said that summary of inmates across the country by conviction and those on awaiting trial list were 77,869 within the period under review. He put the number of convicted members to only 24,000.
Can you imagine?
13 persons. Adding that the conviction male inmates were 23,569 and 444 convicted females respectively. He said statistics shows that 69% of the inmates in custodial centers are awaiting trial. 31% are convicted inmates. No, let's not say 69%. That is almost 70%. About 70% of those in custody are still awaiting trial. And our correctional centers are filled to the brim. I don't understand. I beg.
Pressure,
I don't want my body to pepper me.
Something happened some few years ago. No, let me tell you this. You know, they were doing the prison swap between there's this agreement between Nigeria and UK, so that there are persons who committed crime that can come and serve their terms here. The UK prison official came to Kirikiri to inspect our prison where they are returning some of our men. When they saw the place, they raised alarm, said that even a pig cannot stay there. You know what they did? They had to give a federal government £700,000 to build a special cell for those that are bringing from UK. That is at least minimum standard where people can be kept. In Kirikiri, UK had to do the oh my God.
All right, so moving forward very quickly, the Federal Workers Forum, FWF, has raised an alarm that the 35,000 naira wage award given to workers by the federal government to cushion the effects of the economic crisis caused by the fuel subsidy removal has been stopped. The workers on Thursday today alleged that the federal government paid only 1 month out of the 6 months promised to the workers. National Coordinator FWF, Comrade Andre Emelieze, in a statement made available to newsmen, noted that the workers are passing through tortuous moments since the removal of the subsidy. In fact, they are saying that the federal government betrayed them and deceived them, and that they are going through a lot. Well, according to father and son situation, let's go to what's happening in River State, as the governor of River State has said that, you know what, he has a state to run and he doesn't want to be distracted. So the River State governor has said that despite the current challenges contributing or confronting his administration, he would not be distracted from the oath he took to defend the people of the state. You know that he's still not out with exactly what the case is, whether or not he signed that document or not, apart from, you know, making just side comments and all that. Mr. Darlington, I don't understand the full picture of what's happening in River State. But let's have your thought very quickly.
Pressure, did you remember what happened to Ambode in Lagos State?
Yes, sir.
When he wanted to go for second term, because of the good work he did in Lagos State, the people of Lagos said that they wanted him to go second term. In fact, it was a done deal until somebody instigated the state assembly and they started collecting her signature to impeach him. To impeach him, up to 80% of it has been collected though. Meanwhile, Ambode did not do anything wrong. He implemented the budget that the state assembly signed. But because of some people have interest in bus or whatever, they say, why did you go and buy bus to put on Lagos Road when somebody has his own bus that he has already bought and all that? That was the only crime Ambode committed, and so he must go. This thing continued. Everybody thought it was a joke until at the 11th hour, when they want to impeach Ambode, somebody now came and said they should hold their sword, as if he was the one that saved Ambode. Meanwhile, the deal has been done already, and so Ambode did not come back for second term. Right. It is the same thing that will happen to this Fubara. I'm telling you, go and watch it, because we can have taken enough lecture, and somebody is guiding him until they get
honorable. Should I quench your mic, honorable? Okay. All right, Lagos phone lines are open. 0700 903. No. It's okay. Otilo, 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call. So let's have you react to the conversations that we're having this evening, right? 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. Feel free to lament and tell us how you're facing the light, fuel, and money situation. How is it treating you? Because I don't want to say I'm miffed. Like I'm more than angry. I don't see why in a utile season Nigerians should go through fuel scarcity or fuel queues to get their money, and no light at the same time. Oh my goodness. Hello, good evening to you, please.
I was asking you, I said,
Mr. Darling, to have someone on the line.
You are spending before now, where did he go to?
Mr. Darlington will have someone on the
Are
line.
we doing election again? And I told you that somebody collected this money and kept it. That's why it's scarce.
To do what?
If not, what could have caused this?
All
Tell
right.
me.
Hello?
What could have caused it?
Hello, good evening. Are you there?
Yes, good evening.
Oh, good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good morning from us. We're still in the morning. Doing stuff, yeah. So pretty much, Oga Darlington, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
It's okay. We are very much okay. I would have called you that name where you know they like.
No.
When I call you their leader now, their woman leader now, you go the verse.
No, this one don't affect them. They don't collect our money.
Number one, when you want to talk about off your mic happened during the Lawan and Gbajabiamila time.
Exactly. I told you that it's under Buhari.
Prince Akwachi, it's not like I don't remember. Just allow me and Darlington now. Darlington and I are tackling each other. You should just be reading in between the line and leave us alone, please.
That one happened during that time. And number two, when you talk about Nigerians wanting to come to Lagos, is Lagos beautiful? Is Lagos beautiful? That, oh my God, I don't even want to say it's on radio. All those Agege, Ikeja, and all those areas, are they beautiful? Are they actually beautiful? When we talk about P2B doing something in Anambra, we are not talking about structure. We are talking about administration, the way he handled their money, the way he did things. That kind of like satisfies everyone. That's what when they talk about Anambra, that's what they talk about. And those people who will say, why would Anambrans leave Anambra and come to Lagos? Why are they going to Dubai? Why are they coming to America? Why are they going to London?
I wonder.
And some of them had their families in all these places that I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't say that. I'm not from Anambra. I've lived in Anambra and I love that city. I love that city. Or that state, whatever you will call it. So, and then when you talk about Pope, for me, in as much as for me, I don't support those people. We call them. I don't support them. However, over here we work with them. We see them every day, and they are just like human beings like us. For me, I believe God is only the judge. It's only God that can judge anyone. It's not for any of us to judge them. Let's leave them alone. Let them live their life. If they want to hold a wedding and they call a reverend father at say in a field, they could do that. But as long as they don't touch anybody I know or touch me, now that place we go come out our share too. Now there we go fight them out. But if they want to live their life, some of them is just a psychological thing that is going on in their head. That is just going on. And even the people you call the Protestants that you have over here, the Republican Party, most of their children are gays and lesbians. They are. And even some of them are even that. Right, the prominent Republicans are gay people, but they live their life. Nobody is disturbing. As long as they're doing the job, it's that's fine. That's fine for me. So for me, for the Pope I won't blame him. And all that. I've always believed that. Church is not a building. Church is in your heart. It's the heart you have towards other people and all that stuff. That's all I can say now. Yes. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Prince Akwachi. Good evening to you. Sir,
good evening.
We have someone else on the line. Good evening, please. Sir?
Good evening. Jonathan speaking from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening, Barrister Darlington.
Yeah, Jonah.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, sir.
The Christmas is here. I hope you are celebrating.
We are in the mood here.
Somebody has collected all our money. We don't know where it is, though. We cannot.
No joy for that side.
We don't even have money to celebrate Christmas here.
No joy for that side, I tell you. Whenever I see any number from Nigeria like this, that's what this, you can't escape.
The thing is that even if they send money, even if they send you money from abroad, you can't collect it. That is the worst part of it.
that is the problem now.
You can't collect it.
Even though you go to ATM,
you can't collect it.
Maybe some online transaction and a little you can do just to.
They said it's renewed hope. It's renewed hope.
It's a renewed shege.
Yeah, no. Pressure said they renewed hope. I should have hope.
I don't want to talk to APC woman that's discipline. So, but good evening to the cancer.
He's crying. He said they gave her 5,000 in the bag.
Do you want me to turn off your mic or you want to contribute now?
Let me quickly make my contribution on the floor. Let me talk about this it's not new, Port Harcourt refinery.
Yes,
I said, it's
renewed. I wanted to say renewed hope Port Harcourt refinery. Renewed.
Refurbished.
It's a refurbished. Go and check the amount they used to refurbish that refinery and the one they built with Aramco in Saudi. It's almost the same thing. The refurbished one in Nigeria and the one in Aramco. So it's almost the same thing in value, in dollar value. So what are we jubilating?
I wonder.
Refurbish. So, and they talked to Amoso and former APC chairman, Oshomole. The other day, was it 2-3 weeks that Boris Johnson was facing panel inquiry of COVID?
Yes, before he was sacked, yes.
Yes, thank God that you are aware of Stadality. So, as any of our leader has been subjected to this type of inquiry after serving.
That is just doing party. Doing party.
We are not ready, and people are opening mouth, mentioning money involved.
I'm telling you.
So it is appalling that we have subjected. We have gone down low, and you are not talking about this the Chinese currency they want to introduce now to replace.
We have had it before. Did it work? No.
Let me use the floor for what happened.
Right, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to
my brother.
Have you have your say. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening to you. Hello? Yes, good evening. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Sherry.
Go ahead.
My name is
Your name is what?
You are not audible.
We can't hear you. Maybe you try to call us back again. We can't hear you. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir,
yes.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Good evening, my senior brother, Mr. Darlington.
Yes, so well done. What's your name?
My name is Sito. I'm calling from Sierra Leone, from Freetown.
Okay. So, man, well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys for the God job that you're doing. I just want to say something very quickly. I heard you guys talking about the governor of Benue asking for security men to come to Benue. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. He's requesting for soldiers to come and help them. But do you know where those soldiers are? Can someone remind me where they are now?
There should be somewhere in the southeast.
Yes, that is where they are right now, and every meter is a checkpoint. You have to come down from the bus, and then you have You have to walk about 30 minutes to go past them. Every checkpoint, every meter, you have to come down. Our people have to be, coming down from the bus, put your hands up, and then you walk past them. Gun was pointing on you, even an infant 5 years boy, 5 years girls, the guns was pointed at them. You have to raise your hands up. A pregnant woman has to walk all the way before he can go past. So this is what we are. This is where they are now. And if they see you with a good car, you might be lucky. It might be if maybe they have a good meal that day, they will not kill you. But if they don't have any good meal that day, you'll be shot there instantly there without giving them. If you don't give them bribe, maybe you have gone. So that is where they can ask Benue governor to request them from eastern region and bring them back to Benue, because that is exactly where they are, killing our people, burning their houses, raping.
No way. Please, when you guys call, please try to apply decorum when you call in. Before you say I give you phone lines and then not give you the right to also have your say. No, you don't do this. This is a national radio. You can speak in such a manner by your security agencies who actually place their lives on the line to save your own lives. That's such an unfair thing to say. Please. And then you say these things without evidence. So if you know that all these things you're saying is, show us videos where it is happening. Show us proof of it happening. Please stop.
The rape one is out of it.
Enough said. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. Sorry, good evening, my sister and my brother.
You're welcome.
My sister, you were talking about electricity in Lagos, right?
What is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm Richard. I'm calling from Germany.
Go ahead.
So yeah, electricity in Lagos. I've been reading since 4 days now in some part of Lagos.
Don't make us cry. I just finished getting more angry now.
Don't go down. They said the main station has been switched off.
They say Egmi power plant is undergoing rehabilitation. Do you know what? You have a lot of code there now. We even want you to send some code to us. Let's use and quench the heat we have here.
No,
please. It's unbelievable.
And we are calling investors to come.
Unbelievable, because what you just electricity after 63 years of independence.
I'm telling you.
63 years. Let me tell you, I've been here I came here in 1991. I've never witnessed 1 minute, break, electricity, blackout. I've never. So what are we and do you know where I'm living at is a very small city, about 78,000 people. The power generation is about 10,000 megawatts for 78,000 people. And
Nigeria
and Nigeria is talking about 3,000 for 200 million people. In a city where I live, it's about roughly 78 to 80,000 people. We have almost 10,000 megawatts. And the new law is that if you are building a new house, you must put on solar or this renewable energy to support the city energy. And Nigeria is talking about a whole country, the largest economy in Africa, is talking about 10,000, less than 10,000 megawatts.
5,000.
And every day, no lights. Look, let me tell you, our people, the leaders, they are not serious. Honestly, they are not serious, because if they are serious, Nigeria can generate electricity. The gas is there, the sun is there, but no. They don't want to do it. Why should Nigeria have the national grid? That means if there is no light in Lagos, there will be no light in Abuja, there will be no light in Imo State. Where does this thing happen? Where does this thing happen? It doesn't happen anywhere. Look at Ikeja, Lekki today. There's a video going on viral. In Lekki, you stay there 6 hours, you have not moved an inch. In a smart city. There was a time I came to Nigeria because I live in Ikorodu. I know Lagos very well. Do you know from Ikorodu to airport it's about is about roughly 38 kilometers. It took me almost 5 hours to catch my flight. It was horrible.
Yeah,
then over here, where I live here, the nearest airport to me is Hanover. It's around 120 kilometers. 40 minutes you are there. You catch your flight and leave. We don't want to grow, and this is not science rocket. We are not telling them to take us to the moon.
My brother,
build roads.
Don't let us
build
cry.
This and
Don't let us cry.
So finally, my sister, it's just absurd. What this Catholic or this Christianity? I don't know why we blacks we take it so personally and we are too emotional about it. Over here, nobody cares.
Yes.
Nobody cares. Here you go to a woman and woman are, officially you marry, man and man you marry. They go their way. But in Africa, we are so emotional. We are so about these people, and this is their religion, not our religion, because they brought it to us, so they can do whatever they want to do with their religion. But because we don't want to learn. Look at Japan. Japan, India, China. Are they Christians? Are they not living better than us? Let us move on. Let us these people here. Let them do their things, and let us do our things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, I run through to read some of my messages now because I have loads and loads of messages. Let's pay some attention to them. And this here says, good evening, precious. Adam Oshimale, Palana, and we know some governors and ex-governors that cannot win an election without vote buying. Leo from Lagos sent in that message. And then Faulkner says, hello, precious. This is the reason I wanted to gist you about pastors and believers traveling to Jerusalem stories. And different from what the Pope just stated. Christianity is practiced based on version of the Bible, and I believe you read and understand. At the end, we will all manage religion till Christ comes. And then this here says, good evening, crew, and compliment of the season to you. There are laws in Nigeria, but they are weak, or there are weak structures to implement them, because we are in a country of unexplained wealth, a country of sense of impunity and entitlement, where a docile people who are divided along tribal and religious lines, who applaud those who have weaponized poverty. Callisto's Detmond from Germany sent in that message. And Chooks, this says, this is precious, all right? See, okay, right. And then this says, I commend your guest for speaking the truth, and you know that, but I equally like the way you managed to hush him. There is one radio station in VA, White Sand to precise, when they started, they were blowing hot, and the government until NCC fined them very heavily. Now the advertising radio station program of 1 hour 55 minutes adverts. Please, I need that to happen to VOP. The only voice we have for now. Please, presenter, keep hushing him, okay? We'll go from Ajawi. One voice will say hush. The other people will say you're a demon for not hushing. Oh God, please, you guys should just leave me alone. If only you understand what broadcasting is in Nigeria, you know exactly what I'm doing. I don't understand. Okay, and then this here says, good evening, precious. I greet the barrister in the studio. Merry Christmas to you in the studio. I'm surprised that people are happy that the present government are doing what they are supposed to do. For Nigeria, someone lied and ate huge money and they haven't paid. Ex-Nigerian Airways workers, many of them are sick and dying. You said a lot. And this is coming from Victor from Mafaloko. And then he says, precious, Fubara and Wike knows what they are doing. Should I tell you for a fact that they are creating these artificial conflicts to enable them switch party royalty? Watch out. Odom sent in that message. And then this here says, evening rush, good evening. Dear Precious and Mr. Darlington, hope and pray that the spirit of Christmas visit every family and fill the hearts with joy, everlasting peace and love, and may the Holy Spirit turn the heart of those running the affairs of Nigeria, and may the hand of monkey be removed from the cookie jar. Precious, please, I am very sad that that every other person, especially some of us living with physical disability, is going through in this country. Well, you said a lot, and I think I've taken your contact before because you had contacted me before. You wanted something from my food program, right? What's your name again? Alexandra. All right. I appreciate you. Not to worry. It's 1st of January now. As the God giveth me, so I shall give. And this says, no light, no fuel. Banks are not giving money that you sweated for. It's an aberration in this country. Which way are we going? Is this a Mayfield's case again? The same thing. I will start from where Buhari stopped. Buhari is even better now. Okay, Senator from Isola. You see, this fuel light wahala. So I'm just asking myself, so the Egbe power plant thing, right? It needed renovation. So why leave it throughout the rainy season, or leave it throughout when we had like calmer weather, and did not do the renovation all that while? They had to wait for the heat to resurface. Mr. Darlington, have you seen heat? People can't sleep at night. For the heat to resurface before they now say, okay. In fact, they say they had no choice but for it to undergo that rehabilitation.
If I say something that a word that had to do with sadist, you will say how that no government can come to punish their people. What is this one now? A combination of 3 major issues: cash strapped, no fuel, no light.
Mr. Darlington, this cash situation is serious.
If it's not punishment, what is it?
And then, Mr. Darlington, do you know why this cash situation is even worse? Because this is a time where people are buying things times 2 of what they bought it during Buhari's tenure. So they are buying this thing with grudge and pain in their heart because they know that what Buhari's tenure be what they could buy. As of February, March, April, a bag of rice was 35,000 naira, 36,000 naira. So it was still fair. It is 70,000 naira now. Twice the price, not just rice. Yam, every other thing is gone high, and people are buying those things in pain, and then you're not making them to buy money again. CBN is not telling us anything. They're saying that deposit money banks collected this money. People are withdrawing money out of panic, and they're hoarding it to where can't you run your investigations? Do you not have track of people withdrawing money? Can we not even do investigations in this country? What do we collect data for and not use it?
Hold on,
you collect data, you tell me fill form when I want to withdraw money, you make me do transfers, then what do you do with those forms without going through proper checks? And then making the masses to suffer. Mr. Darlington, people cannot eat food though. It's not even a joke. So you know that usually I told you that every 1st of January, this is my food drive thing. I actually go for go to charity. I have been to homes. I've been to home for the elderlies, motherless. I've been to different homes for challenged children. I've been to such homes. Every year I go to one home or the other. In the past 22 years. But Mr. Darlington, last year and this year, I looked at the situation of the country and I told myself, there are people living in what they call their houses, but these people are going through a lot. People living in shanties. Mr. Darlington, if you see the conditions some people are living in, you see them and cry.
Where people are living.
There are some people, just like Madam Quality was saying yesterday, you carry a plate of rice, some people will be looking at you like you're a big man to chop rice for this season. It is painful.
In fact, there are places where you want to eat, you hide, you close your door, so that the people passing will not notice the aroma.
Did you not hear that people that live in Face Me I Slap You right now are not stealing people's pots of food?
I'm telling you, one said they carry the soup.
They carry their soup, they carry food. It's not a joke because people are hungry. People are hungry.
The woman doesn't allow. So somebody came to visit her. I said the person should wait, that she watching over what she's cooking in the kitchen. Precious, this is your country.
No, it is so painful, and it hurts me to see people in this situation. Mr. Darlington, the other time we said that we have over 20 million children out of school. It is worse now.
What are you telling
Have you gone through the statistics from September?
What are you telling
From
me?
this September, lots of children did not return to school. Many families I know in Lagos State moved their children from private schools to government schools because they could not afford the price of private schools anymore.
Undergraduates.
Yes, most of them dropped because of the recent increments. Most of them are not going to school again.
And this is what somebody said: I should come here and be clapping for government. I should be happy. I should be pampering them, telling them they are doing well. so that I'll be a good boy.
It is. I mean, CBN, federal government, whatever it is that is happening with this cash crunch, Oga Shetima, vice president, you're telling us that Nigeria will have turned around in few months. We want few months to be few months, so because 4 years is few months, 8 years is even few months. You know, the few in your eyes, they say that 100 days in our eyes is like 1 day in the sight of God. So few days is let it be few. People are going through a lot. Well, let me quickly run through some messages.
When you pay your debt, that you'll be free.
All right.
Turn around with what?
Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903. I have quite a lot of reaction on YouTube. Plus those blasting me and those loving me. I love all of you. You know, you should understand that I'm doing my job and I have to do my job, right? So Adrian says beautiful and very entertaining, Precious. Thank you so much. Oh well, Michael says, Madam Precious, we shouldn't get excited about the Port Harcourt refinery. Oh, okay. He says, good evening, Mazi Darlington and Precious. I only watch you guys on Mondays and Thursdays because of Barrister Darlington, mouthpiece of the people. Blue Venture says, I stand and concur with Barrister Darlington for his brilliant analysis. His analysis are directly hitting the point. And he says, Precious, you're always want to divert Darlington from making points against the government. Certainly, it's obvious you're exercising your duty. Olori Collins says, where is this girl from, Seth? Because she talk anyhow. Hey, so Mr. Darlington, I'm reading my bad messages, not the way you used to read your own.
Is that what?
They say I talk anyhow. And you're calling a full-grown woman like me, a full-grown woman girl, let me not sue you. And Andy Ikegwanda says, good evening, Oga Darlington. At least it is mechanically working. Other administration didn't touch our refineries. Buhari may have initiated, however, it is done to an extent, but this administration covered it, I guess so. Blue Venture says, however, I give kudos to both of you. Chuka Ekwe says, good evening, beautiful Precious. I greet you. I hope this Christmas I will see food to eat too. My dear, all of us find food to chop like this. I even find food to give others when we get to chop. If we get, give me make I give others, I beg. Chuka then says, beautiful Precious, you look sad. Don't let Nigerian problem that affect me. Don't worry yourself. And then Blue Venture says, Prepper and Darlington are like cat and rat, are we? And then Nocha Calista says, our judiciary has been and we do not have high hopes on the judiciary because they are no longer the last hope of the common man. All right. And Fode Sako says, what's the point calling in Precious if you are calling in Precious if you won't let people speak their mind? Nobody says you can't speak your mind. But I want you to understand something. Every time I try to give this analysis of what happened in Rwanda, but that's exactly the situation. There is a reason why there is a law guiding every parastatal agency in Nigeria, right? Okay, so you cannot come on a public radio where you have multi-ethnic, religious and diverse people, and then you just be talking, and then you say things without proof. It may have been your physical or personal experience, but if they call you tomorrow now, that thing that you said on this radio, come and bring claim. From where you are in Obodo Ibo, can you bring claim? You cannot be where you are in another country and say things. I understand the pain that you feel. We all have families across board. But you cannot, because of your pain, use anger to say things that you know that is insightful and that may actually bring this country down. And then you expect me to give you the airways to say that, one, this station will be shut down and you be in your house on your Obodo Ibo. Next thing you change another channel and start watching. It's not even your business. And two, somebody may be held responsible. Maybe I would even be arrested and I'll be locked up. I go follow their waiting trial people. Will be 700. How many thousand people? And you'll be where you are. It's true now. I'll follow their waiting trial people. You'll be where you are chilling. You may have had your say, but I didn't also have my peace. So you must have your say in a way that others will have their peace. It is against the laws that guide this broadcasting we're doing. So do not think that because you watch us on YouTube, this is just a YouTube channel. No. It is a terrestrial radio that is properly regulated. And whatever you say, it is on a terrestrial medium. Please, let me beg you people. But it's just like I keep begging this beg every day. And we fail to understand each other. Please, all right. And okay, so Non-Cha Calista says, Darlington, even the prisoners in UK then demonstrated against being sent back because according to them, they committed the crime in UK. they said they committed the crime in the UK. They will serve their prison term in UK. And then Olori Collins says, people should stop bringing this lady here. Unfortunately, you'll be seeing me here forever. Some monolo recurrence. Say I should stop coming here. KNZK says this military checkpoints every few kilometers in the east is very bad. You know. And for this says I only blame those calling. Sorry, they'll keep calling. Tinkwell, I appreciate you. Go and consult my father. He's in the grave. If you want to marry me, okay. And then let me go back to more messages here. Madi P says never believe the word they say. Don't believe them. We want freedom. And then you said Surplus Link says when Tinubu said that na statistics we go chop and your leaders join them to laugh. What do you expect? That's what you said. All right, let me go back to my phone lines. So my phone lines have been buzzing non-stop. 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Sister Precious.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Peter Usipo. I'm calling from Abangode in Ikoto.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Peter.
Thank you very much. Actually, I've been following your guest with analysis. Most times, it's very critical. It sounds very hilarious and comical when he's criticizing APC and Tinubu in particular. So that is that. Then coming to the refinery, that's the Coca-Cola refinery, the publishment of refinery, and of course the 50% subsidy and amendment on transportation. We should commend the federal government. We should commend him. Like Tinubu, he has tried to do his best. But anyway, let us see if in that transportation sector, whether it will work in the next 4-5 days before we can fully say that he has done well. So then I'm using this opportunity to tell you that the way your analyst, that Barrister Darlington analyzes those times, he criticizes the government. Even when the government is doing good, he doesn't say it looks good in Tinubu. Why? He should change his mind with this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sir?
This 50% transport reduction, please, in your own thinking, is it a feasible idea? Is it working?
So
because there was a voice pop that this platform took on people who are traveling at the motor parks and all that, and they said there is no, even instead of reducing, that the thing is increasing. And I said it that even before now, I said that it will not work because there is no plan to implement what they said.
Mr. Darlington, we'll get back to that, but let's take this call first. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Darlington.
Yes.
You're welcome. Mr. Tony from Chicago.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. You see, first of all, I saw your sympathy over some people that are suffering. But I believe the government of Nigeria don't see it that way. And it's quite, I can't just know how people can, like the last caller that called, well, are we going to, since this government have entered, tell me any week that person that must not crying or wanting, but they finally in Port Harcourt have a light. Do you remember that Nigeria was sent that to Nigeria under Wayo, and they went back. This is the time that you want to help the people and they're suffering. There's no cash, there's no MFLA again. You yourself do not get money. Talking of the people that are in village, how are they going to do their Christmas?
It's terrible.
Or for your contact, you can have a contact in your bank, but you cannot get enough money. And now you say the transport. That's what I was saying. Why not bring subsidiary to fuel, bring down the gas, so everybody will enjoy it, to give them transport.
Good.
Is everybody traveling to East or going to travel?
I wonder.
Everybody not traveling. Why not use this month?
Yes.
The gas will come down, so we are going to pay it so people will enjoy their Xmas. It will make things to get done. Even
Mr. Tony, I think that if you really wanted to even help the poor, I mean, we're still paying some sort of subsidy, right? I don't even think that bringing down the price of fuel would have even worked. because we know how business owners can be in Nigeria. Even if you bring it down, some people will not still reduce their transport fare. So I think it would have been subsidizing foodstuffs. Even if it's a foodstuff like rice, it could be one thing or the other.
We can subsidize foodstuff. It's gonna be, but that fuel, fuel.
But you can buy these foods off the farmers and force them to sell it at cheaper rates.
The fuel,
food and fuel,
food and fuel. Areas of in our life in Nigeria.
Food
the
and
people
fuel.
that are doing the farming, they have to transport the food stock. You bring down fuel, just that transport must surely come down. Everything will come down. It touch everybody. Not everybody in Lagos are traveling. Are you going to travel empty-handed? You don't have money. You say you're going to travel, and this is a means to buy with the siphon Nigerian money. January comes
because by the time they tell you how much they spent in this, now you'll be shocked.
You will not know how much they spent on this 1 week or 2 weeks they want to give you. You know how much they spent. You know who are you going to question?
Nobody will get that account.
So a lot of this is going on in Nigeria. Okay, now going to feed children. The one that we did last year under Buhari. People are shouting now because they are looking for every avenue.
The woman in charge, 6 billion naira was found in her account
to siphon Nigerian money.
That woman.
So you know the problem we are facing.
She was feeding children who were on holidays.
This government knows the key by which we cannot say anything. You know what the key? The tribalism they brought into the politics. When Goodluck was there, when they did the protest in Lagos, everybody could call themselves Nigerians. But when this government want to enter, what did they do? They bring tribalism, ethnic tribalism. Now, do you want an Igbo man to rise and say, "Hey, I'm dying"? They'll say, "Biafra want to come."
Exactly.
Do you know how somebody will start it? They say, "Hey, look at them. I don't know how people that have been here for how many years." Then Yoruba man cannot even say anything. He is dying in silence.
Yes.
Because their brother is there. That is the game. You guys have not seen anything. I'm telling you. They are going. The key is that tribalism they brought in Nigeria. Yes. That's what that killed Nigeria. The Igbo man cannot make any noise again. But you may not the timing. Hausa man, they say, you guys have been 8 years. The Yoruba man cannot. What can Yoruba man say? And they are dying. They are suffering. Then they talk about Lagos. I want to hear something remind me. That Lagos, they say Igbo man used to come, Anambra man come to Lagos. Please, if they have a seaport in Onitsha, believe me, 50% of the people will leave Lagos down to Onitsha.
Well, that's true.
That's the seaport. That port here in Lagos is what attracting people. Let people know about it.
You see this seaport matter. I am tired of talking about it. So when I was a breakfast show host for a television station, I used to say this over and over again. How can a country that wants to progress, it's like saying a country as big as the US will have just one functional, a seaport functional in one state in the US alone. How do you even want to move forward? Because
when the P2B was campaigning, you know that some people say you want to bring port in
nature, yes.
And then what is wrong with that?
Yes.
What is wrong with that? You decentralize development.
So that when they now do it, Igbos will stop developing Lagos.
P2B was saying they want to bring port in, so that they will go back to their place. Do you see that?
Mr. Tony, thank you. I don't see. Please, today I'm not in a very fantastic mood. I appreciate it. So, Mr. Darlington, it's so unfortunate how we. Thank you. It's so unfortunately how we play politics with our development and everything.
I said we are
for an issue like, for instance, an issue like census too. Okay, let's count ourselves properly so that we can know how we can manage our development, and we'll bring census inside. And this group want to know that they are more in number, so that when it comes to election, they will be regarded as the most important. This group wants to do this. How can a thing as important as seaports being decentralized would also be political? We have seaports in Cross River State. We have 1, 2 in Port Harcourt, as a matter of fact.
That that is born.
Onitsha,
the biggest ship,
and we have Warri,
the biggest ship in the world.
And all of these seaports are just there, and we would ensure that they are not working. Why? What is the essence? Because you know that the way we have seen development now across all local governments in Lagos State, that's the same way we would have seen development across all local governments in most of these states where there is an existing seaport that is not functioning. I don't understand.
And then the lifestyle, the standard of living will improve. In fact, the lifestyle will improve because what the hold up is doing to human lives in Lagos.
It's something else. It's something.
If
Let me go through my messages,
Mr. Tell you the impact.
Mr. Darlings, you know they have already told you that if you want to live long, and I mean, there was a study that came out once and said if you want to live longer, don't stay in Lagos for up to 40 years or 50 years of your life. So, and I've already planned that I'm not going to stay in this city for another 10.
I'm telling you,
another 10 years, so that I can live long, so that I can enjoy the rest of my life.
The second worst place to live in on earth, Lagos. The second worst.
Oh yeah, Mr. Darlington. Let me go back to my messages. By the way, phone lines are still open. 0700903903. 0700903903. This says this girl from River State in Cameroon. That is why she cannot know that there is no rule of law in Nigeria. River State in Cameroon. Fantastic. I like it when you guys give me accolades like this. Wallahi, it shocked me, Seb. Okay. And this says, good evening, sis. Please, can I get Professor Anosike's phone number from you, the VOP business analyst? You know what? You can reach, you know what? DM that on Voice of the People, Voice VOP FM, right? And I would have the social media handler extend that to you. And then he says, good evening, VOP. Darlington, I beg, talk small, Baba, day town, no. Baba, by Odaba talk. So he said, me talk small, say Baba, day town. And then he says, good evening, VOP. Allow me a space to salute one of the greatest musical legends, late Fela and Nicola Pokuchi. I doff my heart. Years back, you sang about Paddy government, describing Nigeria as suffering and smiling citizens. Today, our claims and declarations are being unfolded in higher degree, though. Nigeria, a nation where we hear of functioning rice mill at Imota Ikorodu, and yet no rice to eat. Palliatives don't remind me of rice pyramid. You know, when you just said that, my eyes were just flashing back to the pyramid. And he said, palliatives in the form of food distribution, but the people are hungry. We are person they get palliative when they're hungry again. 50% cuts in transport fare to cushion the people's suffering, but transport fare gone up. Refineries to be ready in December 2023, but today nothing in sight. No, they say it already. Educational loans promised, but school fees now gone beyond reach, and so on. What a scam. Agege from Agege sent in that message. And then he says, do you know that you will become prettier when you travel abroad? I beg, work your papers and get out of this country, pretty precious. The country should be left for ugly people. Stop it. Just stop it. You guys be serious. They go from Ali Moshe saying that message.
They are telling you this.
Say I go find parts when I travel out. See, now only ugly people supposed to be around here. Okay, Rivers elites allowed Wike desecrate the land by humiliating traditional leaders in public and topped it up by imposing the seemingly boy Fubara should not be crying wolf now. Harrison sent in that message. And then this says, okay, Rivers, good evening, Madam Host. My name is Nnaemeka from Ejibo. Under APC government, now families have been family meeting to discuss how to buy one bag of rice. It's a shameful thing. Like families have been having family meetings. That's what we're trying to say. And it says, good evening, precious. Nigerian federal government reoperating and ruling with civic decorum and Nigeria is working now. Wow, precious. Wow, APC woman leader. Is that all? Thank you. And then he says, good evening, Sister Precious. You and Ogada Linton have said it all. Like me, I don't have food to eat with my children. My two legs broke by accident. My left me run away and dying in hungry. Paulinus from Oshimal. Paulinus, I didn't get quite what you're trying to say. I didn't get that. I didn't get what he was trying to say, but apologies for what you're going through. If and when I start, when I start sharing my food palliative, this is not federal government palliative, I shall do it to reach out to you. And then this here says, okay, all right, a few more messages. This here says, the man that just finished talking now, analyzing 50% cut down in transportation and applauding Tinubu's administration for Nigeria to wait for 4 to 5 years for change change must be eating from the table of APC. He is less concerned about the citizens or what they are passing through right now. It's a shame. Korede sent in that message. Okay, going back to the phone lines now. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Please, pretty precious.
Sir?
I just call to make I greet you.
Thank you, sir.
I see say your brother have turned River State like to Lagos.
No, now stop it.
Abi?
Stop it. We're up and coming Lagos.
My brother Darlington. When I go Zegio.
Ndewo.
Ono gaga ha fogo for one them. Ikwo ka ige kwa yezurike. This is Chukadi. We are calling from K3 Janiki.
Okay.
So, please, no problem. I just want to thank Precious and tell us, saying, bro, I don't take over Rivers. Rivers has turned to Lagos.
Is that all?
There is no problem. Now, they don't promise us, they say they don't give us 50% for our transport. Please, can they tell Agbiru in Maza what to collect?
I wonder.
Before we go home. And I've been out here, but we are telling me where they will tell the price. There is no problem.
Pressure, did you hear that?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mr. Darlington, people will not kill me in this life. You people will not. If anything happens to my mental health, I hold all my esteemed listeners. I hold all of you responsible. People don't know we're humans.
I'm telling you,
okay.
Those people are a problem on their own. No? They are, yes, when it comes to transport this in Lagos, they are a problem. But nobody's talking about it.
Okay, so let me run through some messages very quickly because I have a few of them here. Obitobi on YouTube says, okay, Emmanuel Germany says, good evening, everyone. What Precious is saying is we should speak words backed with evidence and also be graceful with our speech. Hala, beautiful, Precious, and Honorable Mr. Darlington. God bless you for that very concise interpretation. And Obitobi says, Mr. Tony, this caller, you are online. Lazarus Onyemobi says, Precious, sorry, let's talk like we're operating under a dungeon. Maddie P says, I'm hungry. A hungry man is an angry man. We understand, but unfortunately, we're not the right place for you to exercise your anger, please. And then this says, I called you 5 times, you didn't pick my call, but now you're saying the phone line is open. Precious, why are you being selective? Remember, you are serving the masses. I don't even know you. Like, your call is not the only call that comes in. Like, there are calls trooping in. You need to see what the picture is. I don't know you, so how can I not take your calls? Please now. You know I love you people. He said, I'm not cursing you. I'm saying from observation for a long time. Remember, you are serving the masses. Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I don't have numbers of people who call in. So I cannot even be selective of whose call I pick or not. Do you understand? That's the way this job works. Anyways, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. At least I read your message. You can see that at least I have responded to you, right? My name is Precious and Mr. Darlington. I don't want to say have your final thoughts, right? We'll see you again on Monday next week. We'll see you on Christmas. Mr. Darlington, are you coming on Christmas?
One man said if you did not come, he'll break his wages. For his sake, I will come.
All right, so we'll see you on Christmas Day with the Christmas Day edition of the show. And maybe I will start my personal giveaway on Christmas Day. Maybe somebody will just, get something to, fuel up their spirit on Christmas Day. Who knows? It's a maybe anyway, not certain. Should you do that? Should you do some Christmas bonus?
Why not?
Why not? Okay.
For the sake of the Yuletide.
The Yuletide, right?
Yes, because
all right.
Now, Precious.
Sir?
My final take this evening.
Mr. Darlington, time is up. The program is coming. Program is coming. You will not finish your final take.
No.
10 seconds.
I will waste time.
Okay.
Please, Nigerians, Lagosians. Something happened in.
No, Mr. Darlington, we don't have time now. There is a program coming.
6 months down the line, look at the results. But when we are saying here, they say you should not talk. You are criticizing them. You are saying this. Tell me what we said here that has not come to pass. It is a lesson. That is all I will say.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I should blame WhatsApp fans for my mental health, that them in YouTube are civilized. Are you serious? You people that have been insulting me. Did you go through the insults? All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. You know that you're the reason I leave my house and come here every evening, right? I love you guys. And I love you with all of my heart. And I appreciate you. Try as much as you can to show love to someone around you. I'll see you again tomorrow, another Monday. I love you. Good night.
Thank you, my people at home. My name is Papa and Mama Dada Herbal Ventures. Are you a man at home? You notice that before, when your partner call you once, before they go break, you answer her 3-4 times. But now, my brother, even if you want to answer your partner, before 2-3 minutes, it don't tire. My brother, I said,